G'day, it's Mark and James from Tough Touring. This is a Tough Touring bracket specifically designed to suit the front runner rack. Love the front runner rack, very strong, beautiful looking gear. Now what James is doing here is he's pulling the corner piece out of the front runner, which you need to do to install this bracket. It's one bolt which retains it on the bottom. It's like an end cap, it's made of plastic. And then you've got this bolt here to remove as well. Don't lose the bolts. Now, the Tough Touring bracket is designed in such a way that you don't need to cut or modify the front runner at all. Basically, James is going to slide some bolts into it, and it slides into the track system already built into the front runner. So these are 25mm bolts that James is fitting. There's 4 of them on this side. You can do this a few ways. The first way is to do it one bolt at a time, like we're doing here. You can do all 4 bolts and then slide the lot straight into the track as well, which is a little bit quicker. While James is fitting this up, couple of things about this bracket. It does allow fitment of Ostrich or 32nd awnings, polars, so very rigid bracket, immensely strong, certainly complements the front runner and it's largely invisible. As I mentioned before, there's no cutting or modifications required to the front runner rack, and you can remove this again without any damage to the rack should you wish to. Other types of awnings can be hung off this bracket as well. However, you will need to use a piece of aluminium block to block the awning out, 25mm if you do that. This bolt's captive. It uses the existing nut which is already in the front runner.
25.
Has that got a captive in it?
Yeah.
That one?
That one does, yeah. It's picking up the factory hole.
That's it. And do the other end as well. Tighten it up and you are ready to mount the extrusions to the Ostrich. This is what the Ostrich looks like unbolted, and this is its installation kit, which is quite good. These grey mounts flush mount to canopies typically, or flat trays. What we're going to use today is we're going to salvage the T-bolts out of it and put those straight into the Tough Touring bracket. This extrusion is important also. This gets mounted to the back of the Ostrich awning. That's the assembly of the T-bolts. Get a measurement from the centres of the T-bolts on your new Tough Touring brackets. This situation it's 2173mm. So I'm going to trace out 2173mm also on the back of the bag and mark it with a Sharpie texter, which I have just here. Once you've marked it with a Sharpie, you'll see that there's extrusions in the back of the aluminium plate in which nuts slide into the back and accept the bolts off that aluminium block. I'm using a drill here just to pierce the canvas. Ostrich comes with some instructions too, please read them. You'll see the aluminium plates are now fitted on the back of the Ostrich. One is already pre-fitted at factory, and we're lifting that onto the T-bolts. It's just a matter of sliding it into the T-bolt sections now and doing them up. They have to be precise within a couple of millimetres or you won't get them right. So do take the time to measure and re-measure positioning of your alley extrusions on the back of the Ostrich plate. It's a 13mm spanner to do them up. There's a bit of a strain here because you're lifting the awning and positioning it at the same time as bolting it up. We'd recommend using 2 guys to do this. We are at the moment, one each end. It's also not a bad idea to do the awning mount on the vehicle first and then the ostrich second, as the weight of both components makes it very difficult to get the rack on the vehicle without scratching it, unless you're using a gantry or something. But even with a gantry, find it quicker to do them separate. So here's a bit of a shot of the finished product, looking great, stiff and strong. There's the bracket, largely invisible, and you'll see the extrusion now with the T-bolts inserted and bolted up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it makes it a bit easier for you guys that are fitting yourself. Cheers, bye.